fellow explorers, welcome to Taipei, Taiwan. We just got here and we're spending 5 days in this amazing city, and in this video we're gonna take you along for the adventure. All right, let's go. So my first meal in Taipei is at my favorite pot sticker restaurant. I clearly ordered way too many pot stickers, but the only thing this place sells is pot stickers. It's amazing. It's in Yonghe, right in front of the Dihua market. All right, so for dessert after those pot stickers, we went to get some shave ice. What's special about the shave ice? The ice here down below isn't made of water, it's made of sugar cane juice, in fact. What do we got on top? We got boba, barley, taro paste. If you never had taro, it's sort of like sweet potato. And the barley, a little bit like a texture of oats, like if you're having like an oatmeal with refined oats. I'm not eating this all myself. So Shigeru's having some, and so is our princess. For second dessert, I got a peanut roll with ice cream, 50 Taiwan dollars right here. This has 3 ice creams in it, and cilantro and like a shaved peanut block. It looks like a mini burrito here in the night market. Oh wow. Ice cream and crunchy and cilantro, which makes me feel like I'm having an actual burrito. It's good though. A Taiwanese delicacy is stinky tofu, and you will know it when you pass by because you smell it. Our daughter, she just started to go, "What is that smell?" Stinky tofu. So as I'm walking back to the MRT to get back to the hotel, I'm just noticing how late these stores are staying open. This bakery right here behind me, they stay open until 10 p.m. I mean, Taipei is a pretty late night city, and so if you are a night owl, this is the place for you. Now, this store has some interesting hours. They close at 10:30, but they open at 10:40? Really? 40? And it's nice when you're crossing the street here, they got a little walkie man. It counts down how much time you have to go, and as it gets like closer to the time running out, like he actually starts to run. You know, like run faster. All right, if you see in this video that a lot of people are wearing masks in Taiwan, they just kind of relaxed their mask mandate. Now it's only required in public transportation, but still a lot of people wear them almost everywhere. So if you watch this in the future, this was kind of like in that transition period. Now after that MRT ride, by the way, I love how cheap the MRT or the subway is here. It's like $1 each ride for like 10 minutes. That's pretty nice. But so exit out Zhongshan Xinyi exit 3 to the hotel that I'm staying at, which is right here, the MGH Mitsui Garden Hotel. It's a Japanese hotel, and on their website, they advertise that it is a 30-second walk from the MRT station. I don't know, 30 seconds looks to me to be at least 45 seconds to get over there. Maybe if I stopped vlogging and walked a little bit, it'd be quicker. Here's the quick room tour, because the whole room tour will be in the hotel review video coming out soon. 2 twin beds, yellow chase in the corner, interesting bathtub that's behind this glass thing, so like you can't really close off the bathtub. I mean, there's this curtain that you can close off the bathroom from the rest of the room, but it's a big soaking tub, but you know, it's a Japanese hotel, and so of course there's the fancy Toto toilet that you don't have to even open the lid yourself. You just push this button right here, and that opens, and you want to flush it, and you push that on the remote control too. Super fancy. Good morning from the Mitsui Garden Hotel here on the 12th floor. Look at that view, isn't that pretty amazing? From here you can see all the taxis streaming by, all the scooters streaming by. I could definitely sit here for quite a bit. Chris, what are you wearing? I am wearing the hotel's fancy pajamas. It's a Japanese hotel. Japanese hotels love to provide pajamas. To go to the public bath, there's a public bath up on the 17th floor. So what do you think? Should this be my new attire? It's even got like the hotel name on it. That's pretty cool. I just finished up breakfast downstairs in the breakfast restaurant. Really interesting Taiwanese, Japanese, Western fusion. Like they had pizza for breakfast. It's a pizza restaurant, so why not have pizza for breakfast? All right, but I think Taipei is calling me to go outside, so I'll see you out there. Our first full day, we are at the National Palace Museum. We took the MRT to get here and the bus. And she did really good on both those. And now she's really happy to just run around, because that's what toddlers like to do. Because in particular, she really likes the map. This is what this trip is gonna be a lot of. It's gonna be a lot of me chasing her around. So if that's not what you're here for, then watch another video. So after walking up all those stairs to the museum, we were hungry. So we stopped at the dim sum restaurant by the front gate. All my favorites: cha shu bao, har gao, shrimp dumplings, shu mai, but what's really cool, they have some of the famous food that's in the museum. There's a jade cabbage, we're gonna see it a little later, and here you can actually eat the cabbage, and they also have the pork rock. What's the pork rock look like? I'll show you in the museum. And then right here we have the specialty Taiwanese beef noodle soup, spicy and not spicy in the same bowl. So at the National Palace Museum, OC Girl and I, we split up. OC Girl did the audio guide, checked out the jade cabbage, the pork rock, the ceramics, the statues, and the princess and I came to the Children's Museum, where they've got like this neat boat you can walk around and fishes you can interact with, and this puzzle that we're gonna play now. It opens up, and it's got all these different pieces in here, and then we can put this together. Most museums in Taipei have like a little kiddie children's area like this. Are you having fun here? Yeah. You wanna do the puzzle?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
So after exploring the museum, we came down to visit the Chinese garden just down below, which I think is probably one of the most peaceful places I've been to in Taipei. Running water, feeding fish, probably peaceful till I got here and started talking loud in front of a camera. Anyway, I heard you're hungry, Princess, so you're hungry? What do you want to eat?
Potatoes.
All right, let's go get some potato chips.
And definitely get up to the water and see all the koi fish that are in there. Oh, and they look like they're hungry for sure. All right, well, right here under the train tracks, the princess is sleeping. She's pretty tired after all the running around the museum and the garden. But we decided to get a snack. This is a green onion pancake with basil, chili sauce, and egg. They call it a Taiwanese pizza right here out of Shilin Station. Let's give this a go. It's crunchy, soft, it's flavorful, it's savory, it's spicy, it's eggy. It's a lot of flavors all rolled into one. No cheese in this one, but you can add cheese. Maybe we'll get that next time. And Spunky Princess, when she wakes up, we've got some potato chips for her she was hankering for. We've got a milk tea, as you would, and then like a cream puff, like a matcha cream puff right here. Anyway, this is like our midday Taipei snack. So for dinner, we went to a Shanghai-style food restaurant, which is popular cuisine in Taipei. Taipei classic Xiao Long Bao, which, by the way, like the specialty for these is at Din Tai Fung, which originated in Taipei. Often long lines, but this one, it's got soup inside, it's got some pork, it's got some veggies. Crisp, fresh veggies. And we also got the braised pork, a specialty you'll often see in Taipei. This one came served with some buns to like put it in, but we ate all of those. It's pretty good just with rice too. Super tender pork. You can just bite it right away. How are the noodles? Good. And after dinner, we came out to the Raohe Street night market to just get a few more snacks to fill up our belly before bedtime. Nobody wants to go to bed with an empty stomach. At Uniqlo, we love Uniqlo. They have tea here because in Taipei, everybody loves their tea. And so even Uniqlo sells tea. But to buy this tea, you have to scan a QR code, then pay by Apple Pay, and then it dispenses your tea. So like you got to use the internet to buy the tea. It's pretty good though. It's got like tea bag and tea leaves in it. And it's even like a special edition bottle. It says Taipei in it right here. So I think it's a great souvenir for 49 Taiwan dollars, like $1.50 US. Now Uniqlo has pretty cheap clothes, but in Taipei, if you're looking for some of the cheapest deals, it's going to be in the informal economy that are out in front of these stores. They usually come out once it gets dark. Boxes on the bottom, boxes up on top, whatever you want. Socks, jackets, shoes, combs. It's all out here on the street. And a good drizzly Saturday morning to you here in Taipei. Instead of having the hotel breakfast again today, I decided to venture out into the local neighborhood to this little breakfast shop here with the yellow, orange, and red. That's like how you know, like a little breakfast cafe in Taipei. They typically serve sandwiches, but also like green onion pancakes that you can get egg and bacon, which is what I got, along with an almond milk for the bargain price of 100 Taiwanese dollars, about $3 US. Super tasty. Today is daddy-daughter fun day. OC Girl's having lunch with a few of her friends, so it's just gonna be the princess and I cruising around looking for some fun things to do in Taipei. All right, we started our slightly rainy morning of daddy and daughter fun day at Don Don Donki because it's just so much fun to run through there and to get something to drink. This is just like 2 blocks from our hotel. Really convenient, especially because it's open 24 hours. And Princess got some strawberry milk that she's really going to town on. How is that?
Good.
Good. And for lunch, we stopped into a yellow Taiwanese food restaurant where we got braised pork rice, 45 Taiwan dollars, and we got a big bowl of mushroom noodle soup for 60 Taiwan dollars. You ready to eat?
Yeah.
And after lunch, we took the MRT to City Hall to the Xinyi district, which is home to Taipei 101, that really tall building back there. Why? Because this is Taipei's like most vibrant shopping district. So on a rainy day, good place to run around. And there's also a lot of these neat like second-story bridges you can walk on that just connect everything all right together. And on the 4th floor of A8 Shinkong Mitsukoshi are these little moving animals. They cost 30 Taiwan dollars, so $1 US for a 60-second ride. Whee! There's even a sand pit and some little slides up here. For some reason, her favorite direction on this seems to be backwards. And then for 50 Taiwan dollars, she was able to go on the little train all by herself. Wow, that's so much fun. And just inside, they even had a real life-size cat bus that you could go inside. You ever been in a cat bus before? No, first time for everything. And then going up one more floor to the 5th floor is a gigantic toy store. And it's even got another train you can drive. So after like the couple hours up on the toy floor and the play floor, we came down to basement level 2 to the Mitsukoshi food hall to get what? Ice cream. What do we got? We got vanilla and we got watermelon strawberry flavor. 270 Taiwanese dollars. So like 10 US dollars for 2 scoops of ice cream. We stopped in to get a boba tea, and boba teas here, if you need to take it to go, they give it to you in a bag. Though to, I guess, cut down on the waste, they charge you $1 Taiwanese dollar for the bag. But this is a pretty convenient carry strap. I like this. And then we found this store called Q Space, which is like electronics, but just everything cute. I mean, like, where you can get like a cat mouse pad or a Pikachu mouse. I think I definitely need a penguin-shaped wrist wrap. And they've even got toys too. This yellow car right here, we put it on and it goes down. Ooh. You know, the toy stores here, they remind me of when toy stores in America were cool, before toy stores were just like Target and Walmart. Man. Oh, hey, look at that. The princess has figured out how to push the button to change it to selfie camera. So one of the best parts about coming to the Xinyi district on a rainy day is there's all these covered 2nd floor walkways. So you can get between the MRT and all of the buildings on Taipei 101 without going in the rain all down there. Where? Down there. Down there. Down there. And no visit to the Xinyi district would be complete without a visit to Taipei 101. And while it's raining, so not a great day to go up to the observatory, the shopping mall's pretty cool, and they often have special exhibitions in the center, where today they had a special exhibition for spring, and our princess was out here
smelling the flowers.
So it's dinner time and we're looking for some food, and a rainy Saturday night, Taipei 101, everything's really busy. This looks appealing. It's a vending machine that you can get poured with Japanese curry rice. I wonder how it tastes. I don't wonder enough to eat it though. I think we're gonna keep looking. So we decided on for dinner was Thai Town, a restaurant on the 6th or 7th floor of the Breeze Plaza because they had seating. And this place is super high tech. To order, you scan the QR code, but you can also push these buttons to call the waiter on over. We've got some big shrimps here with vermicelli noodles, some green curry, and a Thai tea. And we got a very interesting papaya salad. This papaya is deep fried. Total price, 1,400 Taiwanese dollars. And on the 4th floor of this plaza, we found some apple trees. Why are these apple trees here? They're an advertisement for Amori Apple Land in Japan. And before turning into the night, we stopped into the supermarket in the basement of Taipei 101. There aren't that many supermarkets in Taipei, and this one is one of the nicest. They also have a really nice produce section with some reasonably priced things and some not. This box of oranges is 3,400 Taiwanese dollars, or over 100 US dollars. And to cap off the night before going back to the room, watermelon juice from the night market. Ooh, sweet. All right, so as I'm walking here on the sidewalk, I had to take a double take at this store because it has so many cats in the window. Everybody stops to look at this, take a picture. And if you don't know the story of the waving cat, you know, you might see these cats in windows of a lot of establishments, and you might think they're waving at you. They're not waving at you. This motion in Asia, in the East, is the beckon, come over. It's like in the West we do this, we want you to come over. And what it's beckoning for is it's beckoning for money to come into the establishment. So this store must be rich. And I also just love how brightly lit the streets are in Taipei. I mean, in many cities I'd be concerned about walking around at 9:30 at night, but not really here. I mean, A, because it's bright, B, because there's a lot of people around, and C, because the stores are still open at 9:30, and they're still going strong. Like, most of these stores on this street are still open today. Even the to-go fish sushi shop is doing good business at 9:30 at night. And you know, frankly, I feel the same way about the subway. Brightly lit, busy, 9:30 at night, nothing to be worried about here. Good Sunday morning to you. We took the MRT today. It is sunny, and we are going to Dihua Street, but this intersection, this is the scooter intersection in Taipei. If you want to see the most scooters per one place, it's right here. So we are here on Dihua Street. This is the oldest street in Taipei, and it's where a lot of the center of European trading was. So these houses are like from the 1600s or 1700s. A great place to take pictures. And as you can see here, there's even stores in here where you can rent traditional Chinese clothing to dress up. Princess, do you want to dress up like that? Yeah, she wants to do it. Maybe next time. For lunch, we stopped into Rice and Shine, which is like a restaurant trying to be Taiwanese food of days of old, but classic Taiwanese dish, braised pork rice right here. 370 Taiwan dollars for the set. But what's notable is what they give you with it. To pour on the rice, they give you, well, this is soy sauce. But what's in this jar is very interesting. This is a jar of lard. Chris, it's a jar, it's liquidy, it's hot lard. And so back in the day, people didn't have a lot of money. So what they would eat is they would eat lard with soy sauce on their rice, because they didn't have money for meat or those other things. And apparently this is making a comeback as like a nostalgia feast. It's tasty, I understand. And what does the princess like to eat? She likes to eat rice with baso. This is a English translation, dried pork floss. So we got rice, and then we got some of that baso on the side and mixed all together. Oh, and also the tea comes in a really interesting setup. A teapot, like a beaker, and then these little cups. So you pour it from the teapot into the beaker, and then the beaker into the cup, and then you drink it like the smallest cups ever. But tasty tea. And then this little mountain here, I thought it was cottage cheese, but
It's actually tofu. After lunch, we stopped into the pastry shop just a couple stores down called Li Ting Sheng, and they sell this salted plum cake. The princess has pineapple cake, which is a classic Taiwanese delicacy. It comes in this little box, and then inside the little box, it's wrapped like this. This is like days of old in Taiwan right here. It's to be nostalgic, as the whole neighborhood is, so we'll open up this little guy, and then it's got something to preserve it. It's wrapped very well. It's like a Christmas present. It doesn't want to be opened. Okay, it's white. It's in like different little slices. And so let's go in for a bite of this. It's very light. It's delicate. It tastes a little bit like chalk. It's very chalky, but with a hint of plum. I need to drink some tea now. But these right here, pineapple cakes, this is basically like the national dessert of Taiwan. You'll find them all over. If there's like a souvenir to bring back home to your friends and family, pineapple cakes. They're moister, and then they have like a kind of thick pineapple jelly filling inside. Can I have a bite? Let's see how this one is. Very good.
What's this place, Papa?
Yeah, this place is a like industrial store where they sell like wholesale mushrooms. They've got like 5-pound bags of peanuts and even like gigantic garlic bushels out on the street. This was the industrial trading area in the past, and some of these stores are still here back from the day. Now, definitely the most popular souvenir item on this street are these classic Taiwanese bags. This is how people in the day would go shopping. They'd bring bags with these colorful patterns with them to the market, and you can pick one up now and bring it back home. And they come in lots of different colors, but the classic pattern is this one that's red, green, and blue. What do you think? You bringing one home? No, not today. But I feel like the coolest vendor here was this guy selling coffee off a bicycle. Drip hand-poured coffee, too. Neat. And after thinking about it for a little while, our princess decided the answer was yes on the bag. How much did it cost? 35 Taiwanese dollars, about $1 US. Best bargain you're gonna get in Taipei. Now, definitely the best days to come down here are on Saturdays and Sundays, because a whole bunch more street vendors come out here. It really makes it much more of a spectacle. On the weekdays, because it is an industrial area, there's more just kind of like general business going on, but on the weekends it's just touristy stuff. And you know, we even saw a guy walking his pig. So this is definitely the kind of tourist destination that if I was left reading English websites online, would have totally failed me and you on this place. You read all the English language websites, and I think they're all cut and paste from the same thing that somebody must have written 10 years ago that says the only reason to come here is during Lunar New Year. But as you can see, every weekend it is quite popular, and OC Girl, you know, she actually took a walking tour of this a week ago and said we need to come back to see this place, and it is pretty awesome. So don't just read the same cut and paste of all the websites. Now, these bags, something really neat is they got like everything here made of these bags, including bags, not just to put your stuff in, but bags to carry cups in. You've seen I've had these little plastic bags to carry my boba teas. Well, you can get a bag carrier made out of this to carry your boba tea, or maybe even your Starbucks back home.
Turns out the bag makes a good hat, too.
New rainbow, Papa.
Rainbow. I'm rainbow colored?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, rainbow, Papa.
Well, now that it's about 3 o'clock, our princess has started to go for a nap, but she was smelling what we have over here. And look at this incense over here in this big temple. This is kind of like the central hub of Dihua Street around this temple. There's the bells in the background, free to go in and explore. Pretty neat, really. Behind the incense is strong, is a factory that makes fabrics, which is why all the cheap-out vendors and things like that are popular here. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this smoke. to chillax a little bit and to finish her nap, we stopped into the Starbucks Reserve. This is a 3-story Starbucks that has some neat like pineapples on the motif outside, because apparently this was a building of like a wealthy pineapple salesman that's been turned into a 3-story coffee shop and an amazing high-rise in the middle. And you know what? Starbucks in Taipei has just like a much better menu, I think, than in the US. We had a really interesting yuzu iced tea to drink. So for dinner, we came over to the Zhongshan MRT station. This is like the new hip and up-and-coming neighborhood. Netflix is promoting a movie here. It's like super busy over that way. I've seen people practicing their K-pop. Yeah, this was not as exciting last time I was here 5 years ago. So this is, you know, I think where the young people like to hang out. I feel really old right now. Am I old? All right, so it's dinner time. We are in Yonghe Tea and Cake Selection Bar. This is on the 2nd or 3rd floor of Shinkan Mitsukoshi, a Japanese department store in this neighborhood. This place is known for their teas. Pretty good milk tea without, or with boba, as the case may be. But they've also got dinners and mains. We got the prawn noodles right here, and these, they actually look peeled, which I like. We got noodles because that's what our princess likes to eat. Popcorn chicken, like one of the national dishes of Taiwan. Fried chicken, spicy, with some sauce you can dip it in on the side. And this one right here, I've been seeing this in all the night markets on my trip this time. These are deep fried sweet potato balls. I've yet to have these. You know, the thing about, I love night markets, but there's no place to sit. And so, I wanted to sit down and eat these. Pleasant. It's definitely sweet, but it's fried. A little bit of crunch, soft center, like a sweet potato set. Like, it's not super fried like a French fry. You still get that soft sweet potato taste. I see why these are all over now. And as we finished up our main courses here, they brought out a complimentary dessert. And it's like a little tea here, and they even bring a thing that tells you it's the Alishan Jinshuan tea. And what do we got here? The national dessert, pineapple cake. Well, let's see how refreshing this tea is. Very floral, light, and delicious. Just hits the spot. So taking an after-dinner stroll around the little lanes in this neighborhood, it reminds me either of like Hongdae in Seoul or maybe Harajuku in Tokyo. Just like it used to be a residential neighborhood, but like turned into shops now, and there's more people than there are sidewalks, but still a great neighborhood to explore. Isn't it a great neighborhood to explore? Yes, good. Thank you. And no day in Taipei would be complete without a visit to a toy store for our princess. And on the 6th floor of Shinkan Mitsukoshi is a toy store not as big as the one yesterday, but still pretty fun, right? We're working in the kitchen right now. Well, a good Monday morning to you. Good news, it's sunny today. Bad news, we came to the presidential office to take a tour. They offer free tours of this thing. Closed on national holidays. Turns out today, April 3rd, is a national holiday. One of the things I should know is to look up holidays as to whether they're open. Their website said nothing about being closed today, but apparently they are. So, you know, the best trips are made of plan Bs, and today is definitely going to be a plan B sort of day. All right, plan B is visit the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. Here's the big gate. The hall's the building in the back. Reminds me of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., except memorialized in there is Chiang Kai-shek. He's basically the guy who brought the Republic of China army and government from mainland China to be here in Taiwan. Well, and by the way, I was shooting that scene in front of the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall, and I was looking at these coconut trees that were in my way, wishing that like we could cut one down so I had a better view of it. But the coconut trees, those come from the Japanese. They really like Southeast Asian things, and so on all the important streets in front of important buildings, they planted coconut trees. So if you see coconut trees, thank the Japanese, you'll know it's now an important place in Taiwan. So we took the MRT one stop to Dongmen Station, and we're gonna look for something to eat here, but first something to drink. This place specializes in sugarcane juice. We're waiting for our drinks, but you can see they fresh press the sugarcane to get the juice out. This is also home to the original Din Tai Fung, home of the soup dumplings. Oh, there was a little dog meetup where a whole bunch of women were taking pictures of their little dogs on today as a holiday. And then just down that way, the yellow building I'll call your attention to is the Smoothie House. They make some really good fruit shape ices. And if you find the original Din Tai Fung location to be too crowded, just walk like a block and a half down the street towards Taipei 101, and you'll find this new modern 3-story Din Tai Fung with a lot more seats. Looking for something to eat, this neighborhood, we didn't know where to eat, but we saw a sign that said it was recommended by CNN, and they served one of OC Girl's favorite Taiwanese foods, Taiwanese meatball. There's a sauce in here, and then there's a big, gigantic meatball in here that as we break it apart, see it's got meat on the inside, like a starchy outside filling with some cilantro. Let's go ahead and dive into this meaty morsel of hot deliciousness. It's good. It's good meat. It's spicy as well. The flavor of the cilantro, really fresh all together. Thank you, CNN. I'm usually suspect of places that put up signs like world's best, something like that. But, you know, I'm glad we stopped on in here. And I'm also glad that we bought our drinks because they don't sell any here. And it's spicy, so I'm thirsty. And the sugarcane juice, it's sugarcane combined with tea. It's really good. So apparently everything here is recommended by CNN. This like noodle shop is recommended by CNN. But this is a pretty neat neighborhood to walk around. It's another one of these like residential neighborhoods turned into shopping, eating street. There's like a children's playground just over there. No sidewalks, so just kind of like walk along the side of the street. But lots of cool things to see and eat. This store sells like lamps and fabrics and rugs. So for dessert, we came over to one of Taipei's most amazing Dihua spots, Bai Sui Dihua. This is like it's tofu, soybean tofu chilled as a dessert with boba, tea, and they tell you to drink it, taste it first. You can taste it. It's very pleasant. They've got these little canisters for the sugar water that you pour in to like sweeten it right up. Let's give that a taste now. Good, 80 Taiwanese dollars. And that's a pretty healthy dessert. I like this place. Interesting how you order. They have you pay outside and order, and then wait 5 minutes, and then sit down. And then when you sit down, they put your food on your counter area as soon as it's ready, which is like a minute after you sit down. Our princess need to blow off some steam, so we found a little park that had a fun playground in it. The slides here, they're made out of cement, and so they actually go like really, really fast. But then it was time for a snack. She loves the Taiwanese snack stores, also known as 7-Eleven. What are you eating?
Potato chips.
Potato chips. And I don't know, do they taste better here in Taiwan?
Yeah.
Yeah, they taste better here in Taiwan. Papa is thirsty and hot after running around the playground. So I got a Thai tea from this place that's all they sell, Thai tea. And it was pretty great because they make it fresh and pretty legit tasting Thai tea. Before dinner, we came over to the Huashan Creative Park. This is a whole area of 1914 old Japanese warehouse industrial area that's been turned into a really neat artsy place. We just went to a pretty awesome playground that's right next door, but incredibly busy. They had this neat toddler zip line that everybody was having a great time on, including her. There's a baby shark museum here. There's a really neat bunny exhibition or bunny art, and they sell really good strawberry milk popsicles with the kiwi inside. How's the popsicle?
Good.
So for dinner, we stopped into basement level 2 of the Sin Trend shopping mall. They got a big food court here. No seats in the middle of the food court, but each of the restaurants has food too. We're ordered at this Katsudon Express restaurant, but to order QR code that you scan to order the food. So while we wait for the food, I want to tell you about this mall. It's really neat. If you're looking for electronics in Taipei, this is the place to come. It is like 12 floors of nothing but electronic shops. Everything that I didn't even know existed was here, including like bizarre home massaging things. Anyway, if you're a techie or a geek, this might be 12 floors of heaven in Taipei. And then directly connected by a couple sky bridges to that swanky electronics mall is like the original one. This is 3 floors of small vendors that sell everything under the sun electronics. You can see this is a map of the 2nd floor with 98 vendors on it. I mean, this is really crazy, from video games to monitors to gaming mice to gaming chairs. No electric cars or massage chairs in here. But if you are a computer builder, this is a pretty interesting spot. Well, a good Tuesday morning. This is our last day in Taipei. Today we are at the Taipei Zoo. It is oh so busy because today is Children's Day, where not just children are free, but adults are free to go with them too for Taiwanese residents. We're here in the Children's Zoo playing on some frogs, and we just had a really good ice cream cone. I've never seen a busier line for McDonald's. Crazy busy. And it's really interesting how you get into the zoo. You use your Easy card to pay, the same one you use to ride the MRT. You just tap right in, 60 Taiwanese dollars or $3 US. And our princess, after seeing the meerkats, was doing her best meerkat digging impression. But her favorite thing at the zoo? Definitely the yellow poop emoji. After exploring the zoo for a little bit, we needed more cold things. We got some popsicles here that are shaped like eggs. Mine is passion fruit flavor, and hers is watermelon flavor. Taiwanese dollars, 25 Taiwanese dollars each, like 80 US cents. Good deal. How was it? Yeah. Well, fellow explorers, that's going to bring our 5 days in Taipei to an end. It's been a fantastic visit. If you enjoyed this video and you want to check out our previous 5 days, they were in Singapore, you'll find that vlog right here. Or if you want to check out our adventures in Japan after this, as soon as they're done, I'm going to stick them up right here. Well, fellow explorers, as usual, I won't say goodbye because I'll see you in some of these videos. Links are also in the description below.